Hi students, in this session we are going to discuss about Ohm's law. Ohm's law gives us a relationship between current and potential difference. Previous current kana or formula I is equal to Q by T, charge per unit time. Potential difference is equal to work done in carrying a unit charge. So V is equal to W by Q or a relationship. So now this Ohm's law gives us a relationship between current and potential difference. It states that V by I is always a constant and that constant is equal to resistance R, and thereby we can say V is equal to IR. So in the formula kind of derivation or the concept understanding, adha in the activity we are going to see. Now in the activity a circuit setup is there wherein I have a resistor. Adukku parallel I am connecting an voltmeter and series la oru ammeter. And you have got a series of cells. In the cells ellame pathina you have got dotted lines connected. Idu yenna in the activity பண்ணும்போது first ஒரே ஒரு cell மட்டும் தான் I am going to connect it. இந்த voltmeterலயும் ammeterலயும் என்ன ரீடிங்னு எடுத்துக்கணும். திரும்ப அதுக்கு அடுத்து 2 cells இருக்கிற மாதிரி கனெக்ஷன் பண்ணுவேன். Then I'll check out for the voltmeter and ammeter readings. Like that, we have to make this particular tabulation. In the tabulation, number of cells connect pandrom. So, one cell connect pannamodu, what is the ammeter reading and what is the voltmeter reading, you'll be mentioning here. Idhe madri 2 cells you have to take the readings, 3 cells you have to take the readings. After completing taking the readings, you have to find out V by I ratio. இங்க என்ன ஆன்சர் இருந்தது இங்க என்ன ஆன்சர் இருந்ததோ இது ரெண்டுத்தையுமே வந்து டிவைட் பண்ணி V by I கான ஒரு ரேஷியோ என்ன வருதுன்றதை you have to write it here. Whatever answer you are getting here will always be the same, approximately the same. இந்த A same இருக்கு அப்படினு பார்த்தோம்னா இங்க கனெக்ட் பண்ணிருக்க equipment is the same. So, இதனுடைய resistance என்னவோ the same value you will obtain over here. So, V by I is always a constant and that constant is given by the resistance and that is denoted by capital R. So, V is equal to IR becomes our formula. So, in the Ohm's law on a question pathina, it is repeatedly asked 5 marks question. Tabulation ku appuram important ana concept is this graph. Graph between current taken in the x-axis and y-axis you are taking potential difference V. Current in amperes and potential difference in volts. Idukana or plot mari graph plot panningina V and I values corresponding ana points plot panona, you will get this as a straight line. And in the straight line or a slope is given by the resistance. Ena idu potential difference, this is current. So V by I will always be a constant. That is why you get this as a straight line. So keep this perfectly in mind. You always take the current in the x-axis and potential difference in the y-axis. Thereby you will get a straight line to be your slope. So the statement here is potential difference V across the ends of the given metallic wire in an electric circuit is directly proportional to the current flowing through it, provided its temperature remains the same. So, in the statement is an important 2-mark thing and this is called as the Ohm's law. Idhula ennana you discuss about the potential difference and it is directly proportional to the current provided the temperature remains the same. So, in the statements ellame it should come in that particular Ohm's law when you write. So, this part V is directly proportional to I was the exact statement. And V by I is given by a constant and that constant is nothing but the resistance. Directly proportional nu solradhu Ohm's law. And the proportionality indradhunala there is a constant which is relevant and that constant is resistance அப்படினு சொல்றது next idea. So, in the next idea you get the formula for Ohm's law which is V is equal to what? IR. Or V by I is equal to R. This is an important formula. This is the third formula that you learn in your electricity topic. So, in the resistance pathina, for a given metallic wire at a given temperature, kandipa it will be a constant value. So, the resistance definition enandratha you can mention. If a resistance oda SI unit என்னன்னு பார்த்தோம்னா, it is ohm, OHM, and it is denoted by the Greek letter this symbol. இப்படி ஒரு dash, மேலே இப்படி ஒரு hook and then this one. This is Greek letter ohm. So Ohm's law padi pathona R is equal to V by I. Therefore 1 ohm is equal to potential evadavama 1 volt, current evadava 1 ampere. So 1 volt per ampere, that will give you what? 1 ohm. So idoda definition eppadi eludhalam? If in case a potential difference of 1 volt irukumbodhu current through the circuit is 1 ampere, then the resistance of that particular conductor is said to be 1 ohm. So this is the idea. 1 ohm kind of definition statement. From this formula you can use it, or this particular statement you can use it. If the potential difference across the two ends of a conductor is 1 volt and current through it is 1 amps, then the resistance R is said to be 1 ohms. So this kind of statement you can give it for definition of 1 ohm. So in the concept law, we have seen Ohm's law kind of various ideas. First thing is Ohm's law in the circuit diagram along with its explanation, and then this tabulation exactly with V by I, you say that it is always a constant. Third, this graph between the current and potential difference whose slope is giving the resistance. Fourth, the Ohm's law statement along with this statement ka derivation, wherein finally you get V is equal to IR, and you mention about the resistance, what is resistance, that concept. And the last part, the unit for resistance, which is ohm, and its definition. So these are the various concepts that you have to present when you are discussing about Ohm's law in a 5-mark question. So now let us go for some of the problems. Unga textbook la problems paakla. We have been given with some 2 problems in your textbook. The first one is this, example 12.3. How much current will an electric bulb draw from a 220 volt source? Question enama, how much current? Appa I enna question. With an electric bulb drawn from a 220 volt source, appa potential V is equal to 220 volt nu kodutanga. If the resistance of the bulb filament is 1200 ohms, so resistance R is equal to 1200 ohms kodutachu. Okay, so first part of the question is, what is the current? V by I is equal to R nu namakku theriyum. So I is equal to what? V by R. So V is 220 divided by R is 1200. Thereby you get I to be what? 0.18 amps. So that is the first part, 0.18 amps. How much current will an electric heater coil draw from a 220 volt source if the resistance of the heater coil is 100 ohms? இப்போ இதில பாத்தீங்கன்னா இதுலயும் current தான் question. They have given 220 volt source ன்னு கொடுத்துட்டாங்க. Heater coil ஓட resistance is 100 ohm ன்னு கொடுக்குறாங்க. So the same formula you'll apply. I is equal to what? V by R. V is 220, R is 100, so you get it as 2.2 amps. So the difference that is drawn between the bulb and the electric heater from the same 220 volt source. பாத்தீங்கன்னா 220 volt தான் source. Potential difference எவ்வளவு? 220 volt தான். ஆனா bulb வந்து it is taking a current of 0.18 amperes தான். Whereas அதை விட ரொம்ப அதிக அளவுல you can see that the electric heater is taking up current. The amount of current which is drawn by the electric heater is greater compared to that of the bulb. Obviously நமக்கு தெரியும் நம்ம வீட்ல householdsல யூஸ் பண்ற equipments பொறுத்த வரைக்கும் எதெல்லாம் ஜாஸ்தி current யூஸ் ஆகுமோ அதெல்லாம் we tend to keep it switched off when it is not in use. Correct? So why? Because it takes in so much of current. So inga concept பார்த்தோம்னா resistance ஓட ஒரு idea you can get it. 1200 ohm. This is the resistance of bulb filament. Whereas 100 ohm, this is the resistance of the heater coil. So edhukku resistance jaasti irukku? For the bulb filament. When the resistance is greater, current will be lesser. When the resistance is lesser, current drawn will be greater. So this is a simple inference that you can get from this particular problem. Now let us proceed with the next example, example 12.4. The potential difference between the terminals of an electric heater is 60 volt when it draws a current of 4 amps from the source. So they are giving us 60 volt when it draws a current of 4 amps. what current will the heater draw if the potential difference is increased to 120 volt? So it's simple direct proportion. First of all, நான் சொல்லிருக்கேன் ஒரு given equipment எடுத்துக்கிட்டோம்னா அதோட resistance value மாறாது. ஏன்னா அதனுடைய coil setup everything is fixed. So the amount of resistance that is offered by that particular equipment will always be the same. அப்போ 60 volt இருக்கும்போது current 4 amps அது draw பண்ணுதுன்னு சொன்னா fixed இதோட resistance என்னன்னு கண்டுபிடிக்கலாமா? So what is R? R is equal to V by I. So R is equal to V by I in the formula. 60 by 4 in the substitute panona, you get the resistance of this particular heater, electric heater, to be what? 15 ohms. If adhe heater da, appa adanode resistance enava irukum? Same 15 ohms irukum. Question enna, what current will the heater draw if potential difference is increased to 120 volt? இப்போ potential difference வந்து 120 மாத்தியாச்சுனா அப்ப current எவ்வளவு விழுக்கும்ன்றது question. So same Ohms law but in terms of current. I is equal to what? V by R. இந்த formula apply பண்ணிட்டு V இப்போ புதுசான V value எவ்வளவுமா? 120. Resistance fixed for that electric heater எவ்வளவு? It is 15 ohms. You have already found. So current இது எவ்வளவு draw பண்ணோம் அப்படினா 120 divided by 15 which is equal to 8 amperes. So this is how we proceed with problems relevant to current, potential difference and resistance.